Here's a warning to everybody that's going to watch this CRJ video. I broke the seal on the cussing of this channel. I popped my cussing cherry, if you will, on this video. So viewer discretion is advised. There's lots of cuss words.
All right, we are starting up the right engine in the CRJ V.2 point something something. And I'm gonna talk today. Listen to those startup sounds from Boris. I do have the Boris audio pack, by the way. I don't know how well you can hear it, but I am gonna talk about. Oh crap. I'm an idiot. I always forget that. There we go. Now let's hear the startup. Oh yeah. But let's talk about how worth it the CRJs are. Now that we're in a new sim, now that we've got a new update, I did a video not too long ago about, are the CRJs worth it? And it did really well. And I think it's because everybody wants them to be. And I am one of those people. I want to see the CRJs flourish. I want to see everything be lovely and fantastic and working properly in them. I will say they're as good as they've ever been, obviously. And the thing with the CRJs is you've got one source and one source only. And that's the case for other planes too, but I can't remember the exact number, so I'm just going to go ahead and introduce fuel. This is your CRJ. This is what you get. You get what you get. Can't throw a fit. Let's go and put our hydraulics on. I have a checklist somewhere, but I do not have it with me because I'm lazy. No, I'm just kidding. It's buried somewhere. Got passenger signs on, arm. I like a little brighter overhead. I still don't like how that's not a circle. Aerosoft has not figured out circles quite yet. And if they have, they don't care to use them, which I find strange. What else do we need? We'll turn the wing inspection light on, because I want to. Packs, left, right. Everything looks good. APU off. Alright. Now we got to do our below checks here. Sorry to be boring, but... I think that's it. We got windshield aids. But the new updates definitely have helped. I'm not going to say that they haven't done anything, but I just, again, it's such a bummer with what the CRJs could be. Now, is it disqualifying it for being a good plane? I don't think so. I think they're great for, what they are. They're fun. They're a good jet to fly. They've got a lot of stuff that could be done, but that's the case for anybody. I don't know why my tiller's not working. I think I have to go in the settings. We are in the 900, by the way, if I didn't say that. Pretty sure I did. We're in a flightsim.to livery, too, which does make the inside look a lot different than the normal ones. But the question of worth it is always coming down to price. And as it sits right now, what are they, $50 for the, unless they're on sale, but usually it's like $50 for the 500 or the 550 and the 700. I say this every video when I speak on things being worth this or that. And that is, Phoenix has ruined it for the entire world, essentially. But I do want to see this. We got a little rain here. I want to see if or maybe that's like, am I tripping or is that rain? I think it's just gunk from the livery, which is probably fairly accurate anyway. I was going to turn the wipers on, see if they work. But anyway, Phoenix has ruined it for everyone. And the best way possible, if that makes sense. $50 can get you so much bang for your buck, and they've set a new precedent, a new standard, at least from the public's eye. Like, that's kind of, we're talking $50 range, that's Phoenix range. What do you have to offer? So it makes it, oh, I didn't arm my nose wheel steering. Trying to hit things with head tracking on drives me bananas. There we go, now my tiller's working. Let's arm our thrust reversers. But I am going to do a takeoff, and then I'll bring you guys back in on the approach. So we just had an update. And apparently, well, it does. I flew the 550, or maybe it's a 700. Strobes on, landing lights. I didn't put my taxis on either. Maybe it was the 550 or 700, I don't know. But I did notice a difference in the new update, in the flight characteristics. The way it rotated, the way it wanted to sort of settle on the runway, it was different than it was before. So I'm curious how that's going to translate to the bigger variants here. My frames are a little choppy, we're recording, we're on the ground, yada yada. Things I always say. But I do want to change my head tracking profile. Okay, that should be better. There we go. Oh. I love that nose wheel steering sound you can hear with the Boris when you get on the runway. But anyways, what are we rotating at? 139. Let's just give it full beans and go bananas. I believe that's SOP in the checklist. Give it full beans and go banana. Oh, I haven't even set my autopilot. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go. I do have takeoff flaps. Oh, 8. Stomping the brakes. Alright, flaps are good. Let's go. Very informal here. We got a nice large cell developing in front of us, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. It's 80 knots. Release back pressure. There we go. Rotate. It does. It kind of wants to... It's like it's ready to pop off the runway at rotation speed, which is, as far as I'm aware, pretty accurate. So we're going to go nav. And we'll do vertical speed for now. One thing I absolutely despise is the fact that my honeycomb, let me put autopilot on here. My honeycomb works, but it doesn't work for the altitude knob, which is absolutely so annoying. It works for the heading bug. As you can see, I'm not touching anything. I'm doing it hardware-wise. It works for my vertical speed. It works for my speed if I wanted to do flight level change. But it doesn't work for altitude. Isn't that F-wording R-worded? That is so F-wording R-worded. It makes me so angry whenever I think of that. Because then you have to try to use this, and the number's so small, I can't F-wording see the knob and the number. Sorry. I will harp on that for the rest of my entire life. I forgot I'm in vertical speed, so I should probably pitch down a bit. That drives me crazy. We'll go flaps 2, 1, and then up to 0. That makes me crazy. That's the one thing that I've always had an issue with on the CRJs. But that being said, look around, dude. This livery's doing a lot of work here too. But we're in the CRJ, baby. We're rolling out. You just gotta love a CRJ, man. They're the prettiest planes on the face of the planet. And it's just, you gotta have one. So it's a weird sort of thing of, like, Airsoft could do so much more with it. They could add so much more this, so much more that. But they're the only place to get your CRJ fix, and it's not terrible. It's good, even. So, I don't know. The price is, I think, where you get the discrepancy. Find them on sale a lot. Maybe not a lot, but a good bit. Especially now during the summer sale. I haven't checked. It might be right now. Somebody can let me know, but it's a fun plane. You have to have a CRJ. I don't make the rules. I just follow them. And you do, you know? Let me get a thumbnail here. That looks nice. This is now the second video I've brought you along for the thumbnail journey. But yeah, anyway, I'll pick back up once we get on final approach into Raleigh-Durham, which should be very soon. It's only a 122-mile flight total, but I'll see you soon. All right. So, Budget Flight Sim did not check the weather in Raleigh-Durham today, and it's looking pretty beautiful. Oh, this seems like a cell that we shouldn't be going through, but the weather radar does not work in this plane. It actually does, but it doesn't do what it's supposed to do. It pauses and unpauses the plane. And I did not know that for the longest time, and I thought my sim was stalled out. And then I hit it again, and sure enough, there's a pause and unpause button. Alright, so we're about 10 miles from our approach fix here. Getting a little low on speed. Start configuring. I have not flown the 900 in several months, so this should be, you know, interesting. Excited to see what this is going to be like. Go ahead and go flaps 3. Oh, we got a little pocket of smooth air there. I don't know why I'm not maintaining altitude here. Go gear down. I just want everything done, so I don't really have to think about too much. Why am I... that annoys me. I'll manually go down, I guess. I don't know, I'm sure I'm doing something incorrectly. Or maybe I'm not, and it's just the plane. Who knows? But I'm dubious of my skills in the 900 as of right now. And again, oh, it must be an updraft from the the enormous weather cell that I'm currently in. If we're above where we need to be, that just brought me up 1,500 feet. That's crazy. If we're above where I need to be in the next 5 miles, I will just slam dunk the glide slope, and we'll figure it out. We got 1 notch of flaps to go. I think my brain is used to the 550 or the 700 V speed, so I'm trying to keep it up a little bit, but I keep getting super low. Keep it around there. Go ahead and have the runway heading bugged. We are doing the ILS 5 left via Chowder. So we'll see how I do. But yeah, it's looking pretty gnarly down there. Pretty yucky. So we'll see how we do here. Oh, about to overspeed the flaps. No auto throttle, so this thing will get away from you if you're not paying attention. But it looks like we're a couple hundred feet too high. That's never stopped me before. Looks like we're getting close to where we need to be here. Waiting on localizer. Sorry, I'm kind of locked in, so I may seem boring, so I apologize for that. I've got approach armed, correct. Not captured localizer yet, which is annoying, and my honeycomb does not work for the altitude. So I think I'm just gonna have to eyeball this down to the ground. See, the thing when the honeycomb doesn't work is I'm so used to using that and not having to worry about it, and then when it doesn't work, I get in over my head because the stupid F-wording, R-worded plane doesn't allow the honeycomb to work on one thing, pretty crucial thing, the altitude. Aerosoft thought, who needs altitude? Altitude, I hardly know her. Sorry, I'm getting upset. There's something I'm not hitting to activate this approach. There's gotta be. I am so rusty, I'm sorry, but I don't know. I will say I should probably be more informed on how the procedures and everything go if I'm going to tell you whether or not to buy it. So for backup, if you're really considering it, please watch, I think it's Your Sim CFI is the channel name. He is a CRJ pilot and he does a great job. But I want to test these wipers. So it doesn't affect the window, so it's pointless. So I'm going to turn them off. Oh! I like how the shadow's baked into there. That's really cool. Turn that off. Got 1 notch flaps to go. 9 miles from the airport. We'll go ahead and throw it in. Keep our speed up a bit. It's going to want to bump us down.
I'm editing this video, and right here is where my meltdown really begins. So you've been forewarned. So just be expecting lots of harsh language.
I'll tell you, I am not very good at the bigger CRJ. God. This thing's gonna make me fucking kill myself. I'm sorry. I might cut that out. I think we're done so, boys. I don't know what the fuck's happening. Pardon my French. We'll do it live. I'm getting this fucking thing on the runway before I rage out right now. Let me just do this. What am I doing to myself? My potty mouth, I apologize. Sorry, I'm not punk rock. We're going... I want clear. I'm probably not gonna put this out. But if I do... there we go, there's 5 left. Just know it's because I want you to see the authentic, very frustrated budget flight sim. Okay, we're getting... Alright, I'm just gonna visual. Do it low. There we go. See, the thing with the bigger CRJs is just the way they want to, what's the word I'm looking for? Sort of settle downward as they're descending. I'm not, it's so foreign to me, but that's obviously how they are in real life. So, the smaller ones fly like private jets. But like this, the way the attitude seems from the cockpit never feels quite right, but that's just because I'm not good at it. But I got a feeling I'm going to hit a greaser. Why? Why do you ask that? Because I turned the weather to clear, and now I can see. And I'm almost certain I won't put this out just because I got angry, but we're right here. It is the most beautiful plane in the world, as far as I'm concerned. A nice PSA, American Eagle, CRJ 900. It's hard to beat, dude. We're way high. I don't think I don't know that. I do know that. Beautiful night here. I will say the performance is good in the CRJs. This is a pay-wear scenery, so we'll see how it holds up while I'm recording, but so far I've never really had performance issues with the CRJ. So if we're looking at, again, it's just the cost. The $50 is a tough thing to sell to flight simmers now, thanks to Phoenix. You know, they kind of ruined it for everybody. They didn't kind of ruin it. They certainly ruined it for every developer now that has to make a plane. Raleigh-Durham is beautiful. Sink Rate by Harry Buttle. What an informal episode here, guys. Feels very heavy. A little firm, not bad. Let's ride that wheelie out. Okay. Let's get the... Welcome to Raleigh. Okay. As fun as that landing was, I don't know. The CRJs are a love-hate. There's times I have a blast in them. And then there's just these other little things like the altitude not working that will make me punch a hole in a wall, as you heard. And that is entirely authentic. And it's not the first time. Let me tell you this. I'm looking at you in the face, but you can't see me because I'm playing a video game. It is not the first time, and it will not be the last time that the CRJs make me absolutely rage out, dude. Get F-wording angry, dude. But whenever you nail something in the CRJ, there's something to it. It's a nice, fun taxi back. Again, performance is not affected. So you can do all your stuff. If there's other planes, I pop out into exterior view after landing on the runway, and my PC just goes, oh, I can't do that. So that's nice that it can do that. But anyway, overall, if you've got the money to spend on it, it will provide rewarding experiences. But it will also provide copious amounts of anger. So it's a real crunchy with the smooth type situation with the CRJs. And you know what? I'm going to post it. I don't care. This is going up. You're going to see me go bananas. And hopefully you find that entertaining to some degree. But, and again, the sun cascading over the cockpit. I'm glad I have it. I'd buy it again. If you gave me the money back, took them out of my library, I'd probably buy it again. And maybe that's just like me being an abused wife. Sorry to use a gross analogy, but and going back to my abuser, because it's all I've ever known. He really loves me. Aerosoft. They didn't mean it this time. They're really gonna start doing better. Aerosoft's not gonna start doing better. But I love it. I want more of it. Punch me in the eye, Aerosoft. I'll put foundation to hide it. Getting a little in the weeds with this analogy, but this is a wacky review. Oh, we got somebody taking off. The gear's already up. Oh, no, it's not. It just popped in. I've been keeping the traffic on, the live traffic. It's fine. That's all I want. I don't want that accurate of traffic, but something that I'm not alone, you know. Performance isn't taking that big of a hit anyway. But CRJs, are they worth it? Honestly, it's the exact same scenario as 2020. If you've got the money, this is your only option. So, yeah, I'd say get it. The update's nice. The cabin before was laughably horrendous. So anything would be better, but at the same time, just look at the texture on the wall and the window. It's bare level effort for Phoenix level money. So definitely know that going into it. Man, Raleigh looks outstanding. I can't remember what developer this is, but I've had it for a while. I never fly here. Look how beautiful this is. But you're going to get boned. You're going to get bent over. Airsoft's not even going to spit on it. And they're going to have their way with you. So keep that in mind going forward. Get your foundation ready because they're going to sock you in the jaw and flick you in the eyeball. But you might have some really good approaches and landings that feel somewhat rewarding. So there's my CRJ video. God bless you. Thanks for watching. Hopefully that was entertaining.